This video will help you in understanding the process of isolation of a specific DNA fragment from the gel. The process is called gel elution, that is, the elution of the specific DNA band from the gel. Next slide. This slide will help you in understanding the step in the gel elution. First of all, what is gel elution? Gel elution is a molecular biology tool which helps in isolation and purification of desired DNA from a well separated agarose gel. So once the DNA is loaded in the gel and after electrophoresis, the DNA is well separated according to their molecular weight, and then the desired band is selected and then it is isolated by this process. So in this technique, three major steps are there. Number one, the separation of DNA by gel electrophoresis, which helps in the separation of DNA according to molecular weight. Next, the cutting the desired DNA band from the gel, and third, subsequently purifying the DNA samples for further application. In this slide, you will come to know the requirement for the experiment. So first of all, we should know what are the equipments needed for this experiment. We need electrophoresis apparatus along with the power supply for electrophoresis. The sharp blade will be needed for cutting the desired band from the gel. The micropipettes and microtips. The microtips will be needed to perform the experiment. Refrigerator, water bath and cold centrifuge. The materials which are needed are agarose gel, so as to make the gel. The agarose should be of low melting point because low melting point helps in proper isolation of the DNA. To use acetic acid EDTA buffer, sample DNA, the DNA which you want to get separated and from where you want to get the desired DNA band. Buffer saturated phenol, 5 molar sodium chloride, chloroform isoamyl ethanol and TE buffer. Next slide will show you the step by step the process involved in gel elution. So what is the protocol of this technique? The technique starts with the separation of DNA, digested DNA by electrophoresis method. So the digested DNA is loaded in the agarose gel and separated by electrophoresis. Once the electrophoresis is completed, the gel is exposed to UV light to check the DNA profile. From the gel profile, the specific DNA band of interest is selected and cut by sharp blade, and this fragment is kept into 1.5 ml Eppendorf tube containing buffer saturated phenol. This buffer saturated phenol means the phenol is saturated with Trees buffer having pH above 8. Now this sample, the sample means the gel piece in buffer saturated phenol is kept at minus 70 degrees Celsius for 1 hour to get it freeze. After the completion of 1 hour, it is removed from the refrigerator and kept at room temperature. Then for 2 minutes at 68 degrees Celsius to get it melted. Once it is fully melted, 0.1 ml of 5 molar NaCl is added and vortex gently. Then it is incubated at 68 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. Thereafter, put on ice for 1 minute. The amount of buffer saturated phenol is 1 ml. Next, it is centrifuged for 2 minutes at normal room temperature, no cold centrifuge. Once the two phases is separated, the upper aqueous phase is transferred to fresh tube, and again for buffer saturated phenol is added and extracted as the previous step, that is, it is kept at room temperature and then microfuse for 2 minutes. Next, the clear aqueous phase is removed into fresh tube, and to it equal volume of chloroform isoamyl alcohol is added, and then it is vortex gently. Next, microfuse, centrifuge for 2 minutes at room temperature at low speed. Again, two phases are separated in the tube. The upper aqueous phase is transferred to a fresh tube, and to this twice volume of chilled ethanol is added. Next, the solution is gently mixed and incubated for 10 minutes at cold condition, that is minus 20 degrees Celsius. After the completion of the incubation period, it is centrifuged at 10,000 G for 10 minutes at 4 degrees Celsius in cold centrifuge. Once the centrifugation is completed, the supernatant is discarded and the DNA pellet is washed by 75% ethanol to get desalted. Because NaCl was added, so we should remove the NaCl from the DNA pellet. NaCl was added which helps in the precipitation of the DNA. Next, the pellet is dried after the desalting step, and after the complete drying the pellet, it is dissolved in appropriate volume of TE buffer, Trees EDTA buffer. Once it is resuspended in the buffer, the DNA is loaded in the agarose gel to check whether the eluted DNA is having the same molecular weight or not. In the next slide, we will show you the pictorial representation of the whole process. See, there are three panels. The first panel, the digested DNA is loaded in the second lane of the gel. The first lane is a molecular marker. The second lane is well separated DNA fragment. The yellow box in first panel shows the selected DNA band. Now this band is eluted by sharp braid and then kept in a Eppendorf tube, which is shown below. The second panel shows the gel after removal of the desired DNA band. Now the second panel is the DNA is absent, so the DNA piece is added in the Eppendorf tube, and step by step the process is done as described earlier. And after the DNA is totally isolated and resuspended in TE buffer, it is rerun by electrophoresis is done in fresh agarose gel to find out whether the DNA fragment is having the same molecular weight or not. And it is seen that yes, the DNA molecular weight is same and the fragment is also of same intensity. Thus, successfully one can isolate the desired DNA band from the agarose gel by this process. So what are the tips which one should follow to get experiment successful? Number one, the gel elution experiment should be carried out in low melting agarose, and the percentage of agarose is also an important factor. So if 0.7 to 0.8% agarose is used, the separation will be good, as well as during the time of cutting and melting, it will not create any troubles. Next, we should use wider gel comb to get more prominent and distinct band. Number 3, electrophoresis should be done at lower voltage to get prominent and thicker band. Next, when DNA unloaded, there should be a space in between two samples, so that while cutting the desired DNA band, it should not get mixed with another band of the neighboring lane. So we should keep one lane well gap between two samples. Limit the UV exposure to the DNA to minimize DNA damage. Expose UV for a short period of time so that it not get damaged. And we should wear the proper protectant, UV protectant. Like the eyes should be protected with the goggles and hands should be protected by wearing gloves. Lastly, the microtips should be well leveled so that no cross contamination occurs. In the next part of the video, we shows a virtual demonstration how the DNA elution takes place. This part of the video will demonstrate step by step how gel elution can be performed in lab. Since it is a lockdown period and it is not possible for the student to attend lab in the institute, I have made agarose gel. This is not the agarose gel, but it is made of flour, atta, and the surface is painted with the blue watercolor. Now the first lane is the DNA marker, and the third lane is a digested DNA sample having 3 specific bands. The first band is selected for the elution, and see how I am cutting it with the new blade. Now it will be cut with the blade and this will be kept in the Eppendorf tube. And since you see it is under fluorescent light, it is not the real UV light, but it is under the fluorescent light which resemble the UV light. See how I have cut the DNA fragment, the agarose piece which contains the DNA fragment, and kept in the and kept in the Eppendorf tube. So this DNA fragment in the Eppendorf tube will be subjected to DNA isolation as I mentioned earlier in the video. So it can be easily performed in the lab, and thus this video will help one to perform gel erosion in the lab.